Well, hello, all my beautiful fire stars. Welcome to Firestar Tarot. I am Empress Egypt, and today we are doing a divine masculine and divine feminine check in. Okay, so we're going to be tapping into the energies of divine masculine as well as divine feminine. We will also be going into the extended. In the extended, you guys, if you want to purchase any extendeds, all you have to do is PayPal me. All my extendeds are $5, and just email me saying, "Hey, Empress Egypt, I have PayPal'd you, and I would like the link for the extended to the DMDF check-in." Okay. So again, this is a check-in. We're going to be tapping into your the divine feminine energy as well as the divine masculine energy. Okay. In the extended, we will be actually looking at a timeline, past, present, and future of my divine masculine and divine feminine connection. Okay. So for divine feminine energy, I am going to be using the Muse Tarot. For the masculine energy, I am going to be using the Mystic Mondays Tarot. Okay. So let's go ahead and tap in. Before we do tap into the vibes, I am getting a few things here that I want to kind of explain to you guys. For the divine feminine, I'm seeing lots of problems and lots of fears. Okay. But I'm also seeing lots of opportunities. I also see a lot of my divine feminines taking slow action and slow motion. And I feel like this has a lot to do with a lot of emotions, okay? Um, and so, obviously, clearly, I do get this strong sense that a lot of my divine feminines are still in disunion. As far as my divine masculines go, I'm feeling a lot of bad luck for them, okay? I'm really getting this sense that there's a lack of passion and a lack of motivation when it comes to love with divine masculines. I'm getting a sense of a lot of divine masculines who have walked away. Um, there's a lot of burdens. So I feel like a lot of the divine masculine and divine feminine energies that I'm tapping into has to do with someone from the past returning. Okay, so a lot of a reunion, a lot of reconciliation is kind of what I'm feeling with these vibes. So again, that's just kind of what I'm feeling. Doesn't have to be. We'll see when we get into it with the cards. But let's go ahead and tap into divine feminine first. Okay. I want to see where divine feminine's at. Okay, as far as the union goes. Um, so I do see a sense of a lot of my divine feminines really wanting to end their cycle. So it's like they're really going back and looking over a lot of things that have happened when it comes to things that they really wanted out of relationships and the divine connection. I really feel like, again, there's been a lot of problems and fears. A lot of problems that has created fears. So because of a lot of those fears, there's a lot of blockages when it comes to things because fear creates illusions. Okay. With the more consumption of fear comes the less intuitive, guidance. So it's almost like we get so trapped up in the fears as feminine energies that we tend to get caught up in those fears, and therefore we create problems without even understanding. I'm seeing a lot of problems. Look, splitting the deck with the Seven of Inspiration. Sevens are all about challenges, right? It's all about going through things to get a deeper understanding. So I feel like a lot of my divine feminines are awoke, but it's like they're trying to, since they've woken up, they're trying to end out the cycles and really go back and reevaluate and to make sure on the things they want, they need, they desire. Okay. All right. So for my divine feminines, let's tap into y'all's energy and find out what is going on. Okay. All right, Spirit, show me my divine feminine's energy, please. Divine feminine check-in. Where are my divine feminines at? First up, again, there we are with the completion of a cycle when it comes to the things you want, need, and desire with the 10 of Inspirations in reverse. Again, this is this completion, right? Completion of old cycles and beginning new cycles. I think energetically as a collective, this is where a lot of us are at. Just a lot of things have happened to us and a lot of pain and a lot of problems again. So it's really made a lot of us reevaluate where we're at and really just try to wrap things up and end these cycles and to begin a new cycle. Okay. So let's tap in a little bit more. Wow, we have the Ace of Visions. So there's still a lack of mental clarity with a lot of my divine feminines. Okay. You have to have faith in divine, just trust divine timing, trust divine intervention, and trust the divine plan. It's really important. Okay. I know it gets hard. We get caught up in the the now, like where is he? I want him now. Or where is she? I want her now. And so it's this impatient feel, but I also feel that the impatience is because this is so slow moving. You know, there's slow motion, slow action here when it comes to the union of divine masculine and divine feminine. We also have the Knight of Inspirations here in reverse, okay? Again, with this slow moving, right? Not taking fast action when it comes to the things you want, you need, you yearn, and you desire. I have, and this is actually a good thing for my divine feminines, to be honest with you, because you want to think things through. You don't want to rush things, especially when it comes to having a union within you, let alone a union within a relationship, okay? You want to make sure that not only are you in a good place, but your divine partner is obviously divine, right? Because again, this is goal. We want to reach divine. We want to reach the, just the understanding, the intuition, the divine guidance, the divine connections, the true connections, divine connections with divine masculine, so that both my partners can be in one because of that divine union, right? So let's keep tapping into the feminine, divine feminine here. We have the Three of Voices in reverse, again, with this kind of afraid to proceed, kind of afraid, again, because this is this ending to this cycle, right? And ending one cycle and still having a lack of mental clarity, still moving slow and afraid to explore again, okay? Especially with this Three of Voices here in reverse. Afraid to explore, communicate with others, afraid to get mental clarity for those of you who need mental clarity and so forth, okay? And again, it's this slow moving exploration, okay? It's not saying that you're not gonna explore, it's just this slow moving exploration when it comes to communication within as well as the divine counterpart, okay? We also have the Eight of Materials. There we go again with eights. Eight is all about a fast movement now, okay? So I feel like your energy does step it up. I feel like there's this sense of a lot of my divine feminines really trying to move fast, okay? Wanting fast movement, and things are just moving slow for you. I also feel like, again, eights, it's like, even though there's trouble, there's opportunities. This is why I said I'm really getting this feel for a lot of fear and a lot of trouble, but it's like not understanding that with those fears come opportunities, because the things that have been taken from us are actually the things that teach us what we want, what we don't want, the boundaries that need to be set, and so forth. So again, it's this wrapping up of a cycle, okay? This has to do with manifestation of a relationship, of divine relationship, right? Also just the passion and the wants and the yearning and the needing for this connection. But again, it's with this eight, there's lots of trouble still. Okay, there's lots of trouble here, but it's understanding that with the trouble comes opportunity. Okay, within the troubling times, within the loss, within the pain, this is where we understand as divine beings, what it is that we truly want, what we don't want, what we can handle and what we can't handle. Okay. We also have the Queen of Emotions in reverse. We also have the Muse of Inspiration, which is the King of Wands, right? So we have the Queen of Emotions in reverse. This is a clearly divine feminine is in separation from divine masculine here. The Queen of Emotions is someone who is very loving, who wants love, but it's just this still not feeling whole. Okay, a lack of a counterpart. We do also have the King of Inspiration, though, coming right next to the Queen of Emotions in reverse. So the King of Wands, right? This is this strong, passionate being, right? This is masculine energy, masculine fire energy. So we are looking at Sagittarius and Leo here, okay? But again, it's just this sense of knowing what it is that you want, but having a lack of when it comes to love. So you know what you want and you know what you're willing to go after, but again, there's this lack of, because divine masculine and divine feminine are not in union, right? Bottom of the deck, we do have the Tower. So this is definitely a transformation. Clearly, being in union, means that you've kind of worked on everything that you need to as two people to be able to be one. But I feel like a lot of this disunion within you has created a lot of transformations, okay? And currently, okay, this is what is happening. A lot of my divine feminines are going through transformation. They're going through awakenings. They're ending cycles, repeating cycles, looking back at cycles, and really trying to get a hold of their own self sanity here, okay? I feel like a lot of my divine feminines have had a really hard time. Sorry. She's a brat. I don't know if you heard my dog cry, but I spanked her right now. She was chewing on my blanket. But anyways, again, a lot of divine feminines have just been really going through it. Okay, straight up. I think a lot of us, and myself included, have just had a really hard time finding the correct love. And unfortunately, it's because we failed to look inside a lot. Okay, we failed to fix it within. And so we just kind of get into another relationship, not fixing the problem. So therefore, the problem becomes, again, just with another person. But I do really feel like this is transforming us slowly. Remember here, slowly but surely. Even though we want it now, it's happening very slow. So a lot of my divine feminines are learning patience and are transforming into divine feminines, okay? Let's get a few more cards. We'll go through the deck one more time when it comes to my divine feminine's energy, and then we'll tap into divine masculine energy. And then, of course, we'll clarify. All right. What else do I need to see when it comes to my divine feminines, my divine feminine energy? Show me what I need to see. Okay. We'll go through one more time, and if nothing comes out, we'll go ahead and go on into divine masculine energy, okay? We have the 9 of Voices. Here we are again with wrapping things up, like really going back and just reevaluating the way we have thought, how divine feminines have had, what thoughts they've had, what thoughts have led them astray, what thoughts were good, what thoughts were, again, what I was seeing in the very beginning, what was illusions and what wasn't. Sometimes love is blinding, and when we love with what all we have, we end up becoming blinded, okay, to what is really in front of us here. There's also this 2 of Inspiration in reverse. So I feel like when it comes to the things that a lot of my divine feminines want, we're going backwards. A lot of us are looking outward instead of looking inward, and it becomes a stagnation because we're constantly saying, well, this person has this connection. When am I going to get it? Or, oh, I really like him. Is he divine? Can he be my divine counterpart? Let me choose him as my divine counterpart. Kind of not understanding that divine counterparts are divine. Okay, they're not our understanding. They're divine understanding. They are divine contracts. They are, they are one. And it's like we try to choose our divine counterpart when, again, this was a divine choosing. Okay. But again, I feel like a lot of us are going backwards. Wow, that flew. This was the Page of Inspiration. I don't really read sideways cards, but I am going to take this. This is the Page of Inspiration. So I feel like, again, here we are with the wants, the needs, the yearning, right? The things that we yearn for. What's crossing you? We have the Page of Inspiration. So I feel like this is a lack of communication when it comes to the things that our counterparts want. Okay, so this is why we will be tapping into the divine masculine energy, because what ends up happening is a lot of divine feminines are feeling a lack of communication, a lack of mental clarity, a lack of action and motion because of our counterparts. But it's the divine understanding is understanding that regardless of what your divine partner or your divine counterpart is doing, whether you've met them or not, it's this power within divine feminine to understand and know that as long as she has herself, that's what matters, because divine masculine is not going to come in until this happens. Okay. You're not going to get that perfect partner, and you'll never have a perfect partner. It's important to understand, but you can have a well-balanced partner. Okay. A partner who is in union within themselves. And so this is goal with divine feminine. Divine feminine needs to be balanced. And so again, there is a disunion within divine feminine. So for all of my divine feminines out there saying, well, when is he coming? Well, honey, it's time to work on yourself so that your divine counterpart can come forward. But again, with a lot of divine masculine and divine feminines, they tend to mirror each other. So if you're going through things, 9 times out of 10, your divine partner, your divine counterpart, your divine masculine is going through maybe not the similar situations, but they're going through their, problems and their opportunities and learning from that, right? Learning that from the struggle, becomes good, right? So yeah, I really feel like what's crossing you is this lack of passion, right? Because of maybe past pain, past hurt, past trouble, past fears, right? It's creating a lot of, it's not that you're stagnant here, but I feel like if you don't get a hold of this, this can turn into stagnation. And I'm not going to lie, most of the divine feminines are in stagnation because we're having a lack of inspiration, right? We're not understanding truly because normally the things that we have put our energy into, okay, people who we think are our divine counterparts. Usually it's not that they're not our divine counterparts, but it might be the wrong timing, or it might not be a divine counterpart. Again, it's up to divine, but it's this thing. It's like, most divine feminines, again, because we've been led astray, we've been hurt. We're afraid to trust ourselves enough to trust which one was a good passion and which one was a bad passion, which one was a good choice and what was a right choice. Was I really loving this person, or was I giving myself completely away and not really loving this person, but just crippling this person? I know it's a little bit confusing, but I'll go into it when we go to clarify. But very interesting, because again, a lot of my divine feminines are just going through transformations. Okay, they're learning what it is that has led them astray. After relationship after relationship, I feel like a lot of my divine feminines are taking the time to try to do the shadow work. They're trying to figure out what most of the fears, where it all started. Okay, because that's important to do your research and go back to find out where all these issues have been repeating themselves. Okay, so in order to become divine, you do have to find balance within yourself before you can find a balanced relationship. If you are in disunion, the only kind of attraction you are going to receive is disunion counterparts. Okay, so in order to receive a union, a divine masculine, you do have to be in divine feminine. And I just feel right now, most of my divine feminines are within disunion, so they're not in their highest form. Again, this is why a lot of you guys are clicking on videos, because you need help when it comes to how do I attract, how do I maintain, how do I receive the relationship that I'm truly wanting. Well, that relationship has to take place within yourself first. Then you attract that. Okay, the law of attraction really works. So let's tap into divine masculine and see where divine masculine's energy is at. Okay, I'm gonna be using the Mystic Mondays Tarot here. So again, yeah, we're going to tap into divine masculine now. We're going to see where divine masculine's energy is at. And then, like I said, we'll get down into the extended and we'll see the timeline of past, present, and future with my divine masculines and divine feminine, okay? All right, so let's take a look at divine masculine. All right, Spirit, where are my divine masculines at? Show me their energy, please. Show me my divine masculine's energies. We have the Six of Swords. So I feel like for a lot of the divine masculines out there, a lot of them are starting over. Okay, they're not done with their cycles. They're not ending a lot of their cycles. They're pretty much after the stages of, it's like they've already taken a step back from the situations that have happened. Okay, they've taken a step back from where their actions or their way of thinking or their lack of showing or communicating has led them. Okay, so they've taken a step back, and now they're wanting to start over. Okay, they're taking a step back so that they can jump forward. So they're in the stages of really just focusing on, okay, I'm starting over. What do I need to do? What are the actions that I need to take to get this fixed? Okay, because a lot of divine masculines are in karmic relationships because they were afraid to communicate. They were afraid to trust their intuition themselves. Divine masculines have had a hard time facing, basically have been up in their ego. Okay, straight up. They've been doing, not following their intuition, but following the crowd, following what society has, made. It's so hard, the people around them, maybe influence from others. It's this sense of most divine divine masculines being led astray. Okay. It's this sense of the divine counterpart not really fully understanding, um, how to get to an end, but starting over, wanting to get to an end to be able to start over. So it's, again, just the starting over when it comes to their thought process, though. Okay. So again, I feel like a lot of divine masculines are facing their ego. They're in their head right now, which is okay. It's a good awakening. I don't see any negative from it. I see them obviously opening up and waking up to starting over when it comes to the way they've been thinking about their divine feminine. Okay. We also have, see, they can't manifest it right now. The King of Pentacles in reverse. Most divine masculines are having a hard time manifesting relationships, much less manifesting the connection with divine feminine, right? There's just a lack of manifestation in the divine masculine's life. Look, the Fool, afraid to take a leap of faith, right? I feel like a lot of the divine masculines in the past, this is why I was feeling like this crossing energy with passion, with yearning, because of what, like I said, I really feel like this is a reconciliation type vibe. I feel like most of you who have clicked on this video, this is someone from your past. This is someone who has hurt you and led you astray. Not intentional. I don't feel like this was intentional. I just feel like, the Three of Swords in reverse. A lot of divine masculines are really in their head. They know they've fucked up in the past. They want to start over, but they can't manifest it. They're having a hard time manifesting, okay? But I feel like in the past, they never took a leap of faith when it came to trusting their intuition. I feel like a lot of the divine masculines have been in their energy. Therefore, it's been hard for them to trust that intuition and just take a leap of faith. Most of my divine masculines have been very in their ego, in their pride. Therefore, they couldn't express how they truly felt. One, because they didn't trust it themselves, and two, because of, again, society and labeling and outside influence, okay? But I do see divine masculines changing and taking a leap of faith here with the Fool card. The bottom of the deck, the Three of Swords, taking a leap of faith to something that they know they have hurt divine feminine. They know they've hurt divine feminine. And I'm getting this sense of, in the past, there were multiple options with the divine masculine here, okay? And they know they hurt divine feminine. They know that they left divine feminine like an option, and it created a lot of, it's like they know, they can feel it, right? This is how divine connections work. You usually feel each other pretty strongly unless somebody's just completely blocking it, right? But I feel like for a lot of the divine masculines, they were blocking it before, but now it's like, no, they can no longer block this. They know, and it's like they want to start over, and they're having a hard time manifesting it because they don't really know what to do, but they're willing to take that leap of faith now. They're willing to be naive and just go with what has led them to be where they're at now. Like, does that make sense? Like, I feel like, let me clarify with more cards here, but I feel like it's like divine masculine knows that he fucked up in the past for not expressing how he truly felt, okay? And divine masculine knows that this has stopped him from manifesting and being willing to take that leap of faith when it comes to this divine connection. Divine masculine energy. The Knight of Wands. Yep. See, he's going to take that leap of faith when it comes to passion. I feel like divine masculine knows he messed up, and I feel like a lot of he knows divine feminine has a lot of options. So there's competition for divine masculine. And divine masculines love a chase. Okay, they love a game. Let's be honest. This is why, a lot of my divine feminines have to deal with not showing all of their cards. And some of my divine masculines too. Some of my divine masculines are more, you know what I'm saying, can possess more of a divine feminine energy. Okay, so again, separate energy, but the divine masculine, again, it's this sense of, yes, going after. And we have a couple here. We have the Knight of Wands and we have the Princess of Wands. Okay. Yes, this is a younger couple. And I don't mean younger by age. I'm talking about in the maturity level of passion. Okay. In the maturity level of what it is that they want, they yearn, and they need. Okay. But again, this is because, remember, the lack of inspiration. And we do have the Two of Cups at the bottom. Okay, so this is a union that will be taking a place. Clearly, this is soulmate connection. This is divine masculine and divine feminine. So, of course, this will be at the bottom, right? The union takes place when divine masculine is no longer afraid to take that leap of faith, to trust their intuition. But I feel like the separation was needed with divine masculine and divine feminine to be able to awaken the divine feminine to love themselves, okay? To not only love themselves, but to respect themselves, because there were a lot of allowing divine masculines to walk all over them. Well, and they weren't divine masculine in that moment, right? You get what I'm saying? You were allowing people to walk all over you, and you were allowing yourself to give freely, but not setting boundaries so that you could receive, right? There wasn't an equal give and take before with feminine energy. There was a lot of trouble, a lot of problems. With divine masculine was within their ego. So there's a lot of issues, right? I honestly feel like the difference between divine feminine and divine masculine, there's a lot of divine masculine knowing and starting over, and literally starting over, ready to become divine masculine, right? Ready to be adventurous when it comes to the things that they want, the things they need, the things they yearn for. Willing to fight off competition to possess the Princess of Wands. A new passion towards divine feminine. So yeah, let's tap in a little bit more and see where energies are at. So I do feel like, again, divine masculine is like a little bit more taking action, okay? So the slow motion is on the divine feminine. Slow motion is having, divine feminine's having a hard time understanding and trusting their own boundaries, their own wants, their own needs, their own, creation when it comes to long term, because they have been hurt. A lot of divine feminines have felt the lack of divine masculine for so long, and they've been craving and yearning divine masculine for so long that now they self-doubt, right? They don't trust their own wants and needs. And then divine masculines over here like, okay, I messed up in my past. I know it because now I know I've been hurt by this. I've been damaged. I've damaged my divine partner. I am starting over. I'm tired of not manifesting. I'm going to take this leap of faith, and I'm going to be the Knight of Wands. I'm going to take initiative. I'm going to take action towards the things I want. I yearn for. Okay. I'm willing to fight and compete for my Princess of Wands. It's like this young love, okay? Not immature love, but young love. It's like puppy love. It's like just, you know what I'm talking about. So let's pull some oracle here and just find out again what spirit has to say. Let's start with divine feminine. Interesting enough, that flipped up really quick. So I'm not going to take them. I'm going to read them to you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and shuffle here because these came out really quick and I really didn't set intent yet. But we have the Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising and you are the oracle. And we also have Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic teacher, right? Of course, high priestess. That's exactly what this is. It's like you working on yourself, divine, obviously, because divine partners can fill each other, right? So divine feminines over here literally wrapping cycles up ending cycles to actually physically start a new cycle. Well, divine masculine's over here filling it, and he's like, okay, I need to start over. I need to hurry up and figure out what I'm doing because I need to take action towards my divine feminine. It's like divine masculine is the follower, and divine feminine is the leader here. Okay. All right. What advice do we have for divine feminine, Spirit? What advice do we have for divine feminine here? Advice for divine feminine. We have dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Yeah, like I said, a lot of my divine feminines have been going through the problems, and instead of like riding the wave and understanding that everything is for purpose and everything has meaning, everything has a lesson to be learned, it's like we've been caught up in the not having our partner, wanting fast action when it comes to our partners, that we're not just honestly, enjoying the life. We're not riding the wave. We're being impatient and we're wanting it. I'm not saying that we haven't been patient. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying we've been impatient as far as to want something without fully working on ourselves. That's the impatience I'm talking about. It's like you think just because we're divine and we're awesome that we should just, get this divine connection and we should have it. No, good things are always worked on. Good things always come after loss. Good things always come after change, transformation, and evolving. And Spirit's saying, dance with life, right? Do something to change your energy. If you're in an energy of confusion, what do you think that's going to do to divine masculine? It's going to make him confused. Does he want you? Does he not? Should he take? Remember, this is mirroring energy, right? Divine masculine and divine feminine always mirror each other. It's a connection, both divine counterparts. Of course, going through cycles to be able to be fully awoken, right? Spirit's telling you guys, definitely, divine feminines, it's time to change the energy, create union within you. Spirit, what else do we have for my divine feminines? Anything else for my divine feminines? Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, would you do it? Yeah. Okay. That's, man. It's like, if you knew divine masculine could tell you, okay, yes, I'll come to you when you're in union and I'm in union. Would you trust it? Would you support it? What would you do? If you knew this person supported you in what you were doing, working on yourself to create a better union, would you do it? It's that trust your path, trust yourself, understand that what you're doing is for a reason. You're reevaluating everything so that your divine counterpart can come in. I think so much of us, so many of the divine feminines, we have our eyes set on one individual person, so we get blocked with what it is that we need to do. Again, loss and trouble and fear create either stagnation or growth. Yes, a lot of my divine feminines are in stagnation, but it's because we just don't know. We're unsure. It's trusting something higher than us, right? Boundaries. What did I say? Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Clearly, you're in disunion. Divine feminines are in disunion here, okay? It's this sense of going back and reevaluating everything that has gone wrong and everything that has gone good. And, not even everything, maybe just the things that have really bothered you. Like maybe you see, no communication being repeated, meaning in your first relationship, something happened, all of a sudden it failed and you didn't want to let go. And you were like, why is this happening? Don't leave. Let's work this out. And then you became the chaser and they became the runner over and over again. Like it's this chasing, running. But the whole time you were made to learn something, right? There was something to learn from that. Like, why were you having to chase somebody? That's the awakening that I'm talking about. A lot of divine feminines have woken up to the fact that now they're taking responsibility for the disunion within themselves. So this is when divine masculine comes in, because divine masculine starts feeling that energy. Well, wait, what? And it's like, it's an unexplained it's an unexplained pull, but this is what wakes them up to become divine masculine. So again, it's about learning how to set boundaries, okay? Going back and realizing the things that have made you feel abandoned, okay? And so it is saying like, okay, if you're tired of somebody coming in and out of your life, well, then there's issues of abandonment. So what do? Well, you set up boundaries. You start to learn, I want stability. Not only do I want stability, but I want consistency. I don't want people to walk out on me. I want communication. I want clarity. Do you get what I'm saying? Without having that loss, you wouldn't have known that. Without feeling abandoned, you wouldn't have known that. But it still needs to go back further. You need to find out what first made you feel abandoned, or not even abandoned, but whatever the situation is. Set those boundaries, okay? We also have Ana, grandmother of Jesus, sending the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Again, this is a divine connection is divine connection. This is a divine gift. You can sit here and set your eyes out on somebody all you want and think that's divine masculine. Doesn't mean it is. You wouldn't know because divine feminine is not in their divine feminine energy. They are in disunion. I'm not saying that they won't be. I'm just saying divine is divine. You'll always be divine, but my point is you're not into the 100% awakening of understanding and completing. And even when this cycle is completed, it'll be recycled again. So it's important to maintain the balance and to keep the balance. But I do see a lot too. Again, a lot of mine, and then look at the bottom of the deck, warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? Divine feminines are intuitive. They are psychic. They trust their inner self. They also know how to maneuver and manifest in the earth, on the earthly possessions, right? In the earthly possessions on earth. They understand the universe and how the universe works. They understand how everything correlates together. They understand duality. This is, this sense of, you already know that you need to work on yourself. This is what I was saying. I get that from divine feminine. I get, again, this sense of most of my divine feminines just kind of losing their passions and their wants and their needs and desires a little bit. But again, it's important as a divine feminine to get out of that energy, to get out of that funk, keep pushing forward in this cycle, learn from the cycle and go on to the next. That way you can truly understand what it is that you truly want, what it is that you truly yearn for. And when this will happen is all based off of when you work on it. Does that make sense? When you become in union is when you become in union. And just when you think you have it all, that's when troubles come. But that is because there was still something for you to learn, okay? Divine masculine energy, again, mirroring you, but taking a little bit more action because of the lack of action before. So it's kind of like opposites in a weird way too. Divine feminines have always been about action, showing their passion, showing their love. And most of my divine masculines have been in their energy of, well, yeah, I may feel this, but I'm going to go over here. I don't know why, but I'm going to choose this option because they weren't in their divine masculine. But here you are in your energy of getting your shit together, divine feminine working on themselves, so divine masculines filling that pool, wanting to start over, not ending their cycle and not going through all the fears and the trials. The worst is yet to come for your person. Okay, your divine masculine is just now starting to understand. And now once they understand, that's when everything that you've been going through, divine feminine, is where divine masculine's at. Yeah, they're taking more action, but their action has just awoken them. So a lot of my divine masculines are going to be going through the heartbreak that my divine feminines have been going through. Okay. But let's pull out some oracle for, I was just making sure. Yeah, let's pull out some oracle for divine masculine, right? All right, divine masculine. Overall advice for my divine masculine spirit. What do you have for my divine masculines here? What's going on with my divine masculines? Show us what we need to see when it comes to advice for my divine masculines. The blue flame, right? Spontaneous awakening, activation, interrogation time. What did I say? Because divine feminines have woken up and they are literally trying to end these cycles out to begin new cycles. It's like divine masculines are filling that pool. They don't understand it. It's out of the nowhere, right? It's a spontaneous awakening. Well, yeah, because my divine feminines are getting their shit together. They're slowly working on their union. And I think it's beautiful because it is waking up a lot of divine masculines. And the thing with it is there are a few divine masculines. There's a lot of divine masculines that are awoke, but for a lot of these connections that you guys are clicking on, it's like the divine masculine is, again, the follower, and my divine feminines are the leader. I'm sorry, and my divine masculines are the follower. Again, this is that spontaneous awakening, unexplained. They don't know it, but it's just happened, right? Activation. Why? Because divine feminine's getting their union. Slowly but surely, they're working on their union. All right, Spirit, what else do you have for my divine masculines? What's going on? Advice. Spirit, show us what we need to see when it comes to my divine masculines. Any advice for my divine masculines? Advice for divine masculine, Spirit. We have weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. So yeah, remember when I was saying that a lot of the divine masculines feel like they know they fucked up, and because, excuse my language, I do curse on my channel, you guys, because they know they messed up and they're taking this action to restart, because now it's like now they know. I feel like a lot of divine masculines have had karmic relationships and now they know what love really is, because now they don't have it. Okay, it's this, damn it, it's this, I fucked up. But Spirit is saying, divine masculines, it's important to not carry those burdens. Okay, understand that if you had never walked away from divine feminine would have never woken up to this. Okay, it's this, believe it or not, this hurt, again, it's all about the sevens, going through those fears, those troubles, so that you learn, divine feminine, to set those boundaries. That way, when divine masculine comes back around a second time, you have established those boundaries and they respect you. I feel like before, divine masculines didn't respect divine feminine because divine feminine didn't respect herself. She didn't understand her own boundaries. I feel like divine feminines gave all to the divine masculine and didn't leave anything else for themselves. So again, Spirit's telling divine masculine, let it go. It's not yours to carry, okay? Divine feminine's already worked on it, honey. Divine feminine, yes, they may still be hurting, but trust me, you did them better this way. Let's get a few more cards, Spirit, when it comes to my divine masculines. Overall advice. Divine masculines, please. Overall advice for divine masculine. We also have wait. It's not yet time. Things are being woven. I mean, seriously, how much clearer can you get right there, right? Wait. It's not time. Things are still being woven, okay? Again, this connection didn't take place before because neither divine masculine nor divine feminine were ready. Anything else for my divine masculine, Spirit? Anything else for divine masculine? Let's go through one more time, okay? Anything else for divine masculine advice? We have empathic starseed, right? Yeah, absorbing what's not yours. This is just clarifying. Don't hold on to the burdens. Again, divine feminines, it's important to remember that divine masculines will feed off of our energy, okay? Again, this is what's waking them up, that spontaneous awakening. Again, it's absorbing what's not yours. They are feeling what you have been going through, this lack of not sure when it comes to the things you want and need because of all the past hurt. Your counterpart, right? Divine masculine has felt that weight without understanding what it is. That weight has woken divine masculines up, okay? But it's this, look, divine masculine, You're absorbing what is not yours, okay? It may have been a cause and effect, but again, you're absorbing what's not yours. Divine Masculine, let's get some other, a few other cards for advice here. It's that energetic sovereignty, right? Absorbing what's not yours. I feel like this is karmic relationship. Like, I feel like a lot of the karmic relationships that Divine Masculines have been in have created a lot of unwanted absorbing. Makes sense? The great severing. The great severing. And we have deep cellular healing. Let me finish going through the deck and make sure there's no more advice. Oh, and we have inner earth. Yeah. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. Of course, this is a divine connection, right? So yeah, the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. So like I said, I really feel like a lot of the divine masculines are in karmic relationships, most definitely. And they're learning that because of their actions, it's led them, because of their lack of action, right? Being stuck in their ego, they've made some decisions that they didn't truly understand were wrong at the time. But now that the damage has been done, now that they're in a relationship that they're not fully, they know that it's not right. They're starting to awaken to that. They're having a lot of conflict. Okay, there's a lot of again, Mars energy, anger, conflict, argumentation with divine masculines. A lot of my divine masculines are in karmic relationships. Deep cellular healing, right? This is physical and emotional healing. I feel like a lot of the masculines have put themselves through a lot of drinking, bad habits, partying, just living a little excessive to cover up the fact that they followed their ego instead of their heart. Yeah, but I feel like a lot of this, again, same thing, absorbing energy. I feel like a lot of my divine feminines have been absorbing that energy, knowing something's not right, but not fully understanding it, maybe possibly even getting over a past love, it being gone, you doing your inner work, and then all of a sudden it comes back to you, divine feminine. That's kind of this energy coming from divine masculine being in karmic relationships, okay? But yeah, inner earth, you'll survive this, new solutions and new beginnings. This is where that Princess of Wands comes in, right? So I really feel like for all of my divine masculines out there that are really going through it, just understand that karmic relationships teach you what it is that you want and what you don't want. Learn from this relationship, learn from the conflicts, learn from the anger, so that you can, again, create your divine partnership with a divine spouse. You need to be able to create unity within yourself, divine masculine. It's important. You're only halfway through the battles. You've got a little bit more to go, divine masculine. So hold the faith, hold your vision, keep pushing forward, and just know that new solutions and beginnings will be coming, okay, divine masculines. And divine feminines, yeah, stay in your intuitive, stay in your high priestess mode. Continue to do what you're doing. Continue to, learn from your cycles and end your cycles, and make sure that you are not bringing those old, repetitive, what are they called? Don't bring the old ways into the new, okay? That's goal here, right? Divine feminine. So I love you guys. God bless. We're going to go ahead and get into the extended, where we're going to be looking at the time frame of past, present, and future with this connection, okay? So for those of you guys getting into the extended, remember it's $5. Email, let me know. Email me. My email is in the description box. Just email me and be like, hey, Empress Egypt, I want the extended for the divine masculine, divine feminine energy check-in, and I will get that to you. Usually you get the link within 24 hours after payment is received, okay? Also, if you guys want to donate to my channel, my PayPal link is down below. Don't forget to follow me on on all of my other social media platforms. All the links are down below. Yeah. So with that being said, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I will see you guys, and I'll start uploading tomorrow y'all's weekly general readings, where we're going to tap into the person that you're thinking of, your love life, that kind of thing, okay? All right, so I will see you guys starting tomorrow with Aries. I'll see you guys. All right, bye.